right. Okay, hello everyone. Good evening. We're going to begin with we're going to look at introduction to marketing today. So I'm going to share the link to this document for notes. But today's class is just to introduce marketing and do like an introduction to marketing and all of that. So what is marketing? I believe that every one of us have seen, you've run into an advert, you've seen those videos that pop up advertise talking about this big brand, this bank, this hospital, this event or something. Then you see all the flyers, you're walking on the road, somebody gives you a flyer for one restaurant, or you see people, you see pen of a particular company or something. Now, marketing is storytelling for companies, is everything that involves getting a brand out there, taking a business from the people who own the business to the people who need the business. So that's what marketing is about. Marketing is about um, delivery of a business to the audience or to the customers. Sorry. So that's what marketing is. That is the main essential goal of what marketing hopes to achieve. So according to the notes, marketing is a multifaceted discipline that revolves around identifying, satisfying, and retaining customers to achieve business goals, right? It encompasses a range of activities aimed at promoting products, services, or ideas with the ultimate goal of creating values for both the customers and the owner of the organization, right? So um, merely advertising a product is not marketing. Merely putting a product on a newspaper or having a newspaper publication about a brand is not marketing. That's public relation. But marketing is like the umbrella of all these activities that makes sure, if you see what you wrote here, it encompasses a range of activities. Every single activity that is done to make sure that a product is promoted, every single activity, all the branded materials, all the engagement, speaking engagement, putting the brand in newspaper, putting the brand on social media, everything that is done to promote that brand is marketing, because the main goal is to create value for both the customer and the organization, right? So I'm going to use this class as an example now. So we did marketing. We did both small scale marketing, big scale marketing, or let me not say we did, but we usually do big scale and small scale. Now, the channel of it is that the value for you is we are here to solve a problem you have, right? So you have a problem and we're like, okay, we are the people that can solve this problem for you, can run you through the chain of activities that would, at the end of the day, land you at the point of problem solved. So that is the value for you as the customer. And us for the organization, the value for us is that we are meeting our goals. We are setting out, we are achieving the goals we set out to do. We're in the business of creating value for our customers, and you ultimately getting your problem solved is a win for us. It's part of our key performance indicator. So, that is what marketing does. So let's explore the fundamental concepts. So just look at what are the things that make up the principles of marketing, right? So the first one is what is marketing? At the core, marketing is about understanding customer needs. Marketing is not about you. It's not about you, the organizer. It includes you, but it's not about you. It's about understanding the customer's need and then delivering value to meet those needs. Your customers are the forefront of everything you do. You can have the best software out there. If customers don't know about this software, you're wasting your time. If there are people on the other end that don't know that your software exists, if I want to use Access Bank. So if Access Bank has a mobile app and their customers don't know that, hey, you can do your banking online, they'll keep flooding the bank. They'll keep coming to the bank to do over-the-counter transaction when they can do it online. So it's the marketers that promote the app and say, oh, you can now banking at your home, or no, banking from the comfort of your home, or all those taglines that can be used to promote that product, right? So it involves creating, communicating, delivering, and exchanging offerings that have value for both the customers, the clients, partners, and society at large. So now what is the first concept we're going to be looking at is marketing mix. In marketing, we call, these are the 4 pillars that make up the marketing banner. One of the foundational framework is the 4 Ps model. So this is a model that consists of product, price, place, and promotion. So I'm going to explain everything. Now, product refers to the goods or the services that is offered by a company to satisfy customer needs. It includes aspects such as features, quality, branding, packaging, and variety. So the product itself is everything that is involved in making that product. How does the product look like? What does it bring? Is it good? What is the color? Okay, oh, we are using red because red is the color of creativity, or red is the color of violence, or red is this one, or blue is calm, and we want our users to feel calm when they're using our product. All of that falls into the first model, first component of the model, which is product. The second one is price. Now it represents the amount that the customers are willing to pay. You know, when you're putting a price on your business, you have to consider that, oh, okay, some people don't like to have, some people don't like to feel cheated. So if you're selling a pen for 100 naira and there's also somebody else in the market that is selling a pen for 50 naira and it's the same quality, the same value, they will go for the person that they feel they're gaining more, right? So you as a marketer will consider this, you will consider all these factors when you're putting a price on the product you're selling. So that's why pricing is also as important as product, right? You can't do price, you can't do product and then flimsily do price. You have to consider at the end of the day, what is the center? Because a good pricing is what is beneficial for both the client and the organization. Because and in my experience, every time I've tried to, maybe I'm rendering a service and I underprice that service, it affects how I'm able to deliver the quality of that service rendered. And that's the truth. And that's the same in business, because you need to know, in more traditional businesses, you consider the buying cost, the selling cost, all the costs, like how much you bought you're in the business of making cake. How much did it cost me to buy flour? How much did it cost me to do this one? How much did it cost me to do this one? Blah, 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 blah. Put everything together. In total, maybe it costs you 10,000. What profit do you want? You want a profit margin of 3,000 because you're selling that 10,000 naira, that 13,000 naira cake, or you're selling that cake to 50 people. You calculate, okay, fine, let's keep the price at 13, or let's keep the price at 12, or let's keep it at 13, run a discount of 11 for the first 5. Everything that makes sure that that contributes to how much the customer is willing to pay falls on that price. So the factors, of course, are the cost, the competition. You have to consider your competition. How much is your product in the market? How much are they pricing it out there? Because if you close your eye to competition does not matter, then you're striving to sell and you're wondering why people are not buying from you. Then you find out that, oh, people are not buying from you because they can get it cheaper, and customers love cheaper. So, and then you also have to consider, are people really demanding you? Is there a demand? The law of demand and supply, is there actually a demand for the product in the market? Because that's what's going to also affect the price. And then for perceived value, is there something your customers believe they stand to lose if they don't pay for that thing? If they don't get involved in that product, if they don't, get actively join or actively pay, or, join that dynamics of the marketing, is there something they have to lose? Is it valuable? Some things, some people just don't, some things people just don't need certain things. So you have to, as a marketer, you have to identify what would be valuable to the people on the other end. Then place, it refers to the distribution channels. I spend so much time on price. So place refers to the distribution channels and the locations where customers can access the product or service. Okay. Now, imagine you're a farmer. Okay, and you have a farm. I want to use the illustration to show you the importance of place. And your farm is somewhere in your area, but the market where you are going to sell your cassava, let's say, is in, let's say your area is in Lagos, but you're sending your cassava to the north, right? Where there's demand for your cassava is the north. So you know now that there's a distribution channel from Lagos to, let's say, Zamfara State. Okay. And now think of all the challenges that could happen, or all the risk that can happen from Lagos to Zamfara State, right? Think of everything that can happen. So place is important because that shipment may never reach, it may never reach the location. So place, the concept of place allows you to consider everything that involves from when the product or service is created to where the customer can access the product or service, right? So you think of logistics, retail partnership. You're someone that sells perfumes. Where are the shops you can position your perfumes in, and the establishment can partner with you in retailing, and of course inventory management. All these things fall on that place. Then promotion. In fact, promotion is at the core of, to me, product is first. To me, promotion is more important than product, because you can have the best product, and if nobody knows about your product, you and your product will stay there. So promotion is key in this, is the most essential of all the features to me in this mix, because it covers all the communication activities that you do to inform the customer, persuade the customer, influence the customer to purchase that thing, to make that payment. Everything you're trying to, after you've done everything, the main goal is to make sure that they make that sale. You even if you're not in the sales department, everything is to make sure that at the end of the day, that customer buys from you. Now, I'm doing all these things because I'm trying to make it a one-on-one thing, but you will most likely be working for a company that puts you in a marketing department, right? Now, you need to look at all this. These are all the things you would consider when you're on the marketing team, especially when the promotion. You will have to consider how the product your team is pushing will be pushed from in-house to meet the audience outside. Okay, so and promotion channels include advertising, public relations, sales, promotions, and digital marketing. All these things are different. That you are posting on social media does not mean you are marketing. Social media posting is not marketing. Running an ad is not marketing, is advertising. But we'll get to know all these things well. So the next concept we're looking at is market segmentation. So you have to recognize that your customers have not every customer is your customer. Usually when I'm working with a team, I start with telling my team, let us understand the users first. Create a user persona for the customer. Let's know who they are. Let's know what they are. Let's know what the kind of things they like. You can create user journey map. You can study user journey map. I'm going to add this here. So user journey map. What happens in a user's life that makes them land in your product? If you need to understand what happens in the life of your user that somehow makes that the need for your product essential. So study, yeah. What makes it essential for them? What's the process they go through to land in your product? Let me see if I can get a user journey map template. Let's see. What are the 7 steps to map? The 7 steps to map the user journey, customer journey map is buyer persona, target audience, customer touch points, identify customer actions, understand available resources, analyze the customer journey, and then take business action. I will send a link to this for other study, but you need to understand how business study customer journey works. So I'm going to also send this here to you. Now, let's now talk about target marketing. So after segmenting the market, you as a marketer has to identify the most attractive set segment. Remember I said not every customer is your customer. That you're selling, you can't aim, if everybody's your customer, nobody is your customer. If everybody's your target, nobody is your target. So the intentionality of marketing is that you have a specific person you're marketing, right? So, and this is based on what is the size of the market you're targeting? What is the growth potential of the market you're the people you're targeting, the group you're targeting, how compatible are they with the business, with your organization's capacity? If you get involved in business to business, you are targeting business owners. In marketing, we have business to business, we have business to customers. Of course, you will learn all these things alongside you are going. As an in-house marketer, you need to understand the goal on your end as regards the people you're targeting. So target marketing involves designing products, services, and marketing campaigns that are tailored to the needs of selected segments. So if you're in the business of health tech, or if you're in the business of the only specific cases where you have a lot of people is if you're a marketer for maybe an event. Yeah, even for events, if you're targeting a big beach house party, or a big beach house event, you're targeting funky youths that are looking for where they will spend their weekends. So it still goes in sha. There are some industries that are broader than the other one. Then market research. Market research is a critical component of marketing that involves gathering materials, analyzing and interpreting information about customers, competitors, and the market environment. Through your market research, you have the insights to decide what happens, how the product is going to be marketed. Even because of market research, you will be able to even produce the product better. If you're producing an app for your users, do they really need that app? Maybe they need flexibility. There is need for innovation. It's from talking to the customers that doing this market research that you know what you need to include in your product development, and then strategic planning, very important. Now, we also look at customer behavior. Now, customer behavior helps you to understand how and why consumers make purchasing decisions, okay? So customer behavior covers psychological, social, cultural, and situational factors that influence buying behavior. Now, I'm going to come back to this. Now, let's talk about this. Let's talk about psychological or situational factors, right? I don't know, you may not agree with me, but there are so many studies that show that gender affects how people spend money. Now, if you conduct market research, if you do your study into your customer behavior, there are studies that show that the way women respond to making business decisions or making product decisions is different from the way men do the same. Okay. Now, when you understand that socially, let me use betting. Let's say you're a marketer for a betting company. The high chance of you having more women as customers is very low. Do you see? Because women are more or less prone to taking risk. It's a gender thing. I'm not going to argue the social whatever, but the truth is, when you look at it, you see that the behavior, okay, even in conversation now, check when women are discussing and check when men are discussing. When a group of women are discussing, you'll see that the conversations tend to be a bit more personal, a bit more, oh, this is what happened in my life, or this is what happened in my life, or that what happened in my life. Fine. But if you check when men are having discussions, you will see that, okay, men are either talking about politics, business, it is usually, not in all cases, but it's usually more or less non-personal things. So what my point here now is that you need to study how people behave. You need to study how you are going to approach a community. Of course, if you are now marketing to children, for instance, do you see that there's a lot of you marketing an iPhone to youths? You have to understand what's the psyche of this group. Culturally, what does your product represent? iPhone is not selling because iPhone is great. iPhone is selling because iPhone represents class. People want luxury, people want to belong. Situational factors is that sometimes people may not necessarily need your brand, but they may not necessarily want what you're selling, the product or service, but because of the issue at hand, or because of one situation or the other they find themselves, they need to buy that thing. So you use this knowledge as a marketer to design the product determine the price of the product or service, and even the campaign. When you understand your consumer behavior, it influences how you promote your product. So we also talk about brand management. Of course, I think we're rounding up. Now, brand management is beyond logo. It's beyond the product. The brand management involves everything that has to do with what you're marketing. Now, if you're marketing luxury, if your brand represents luxury, you know that everything you're doing, every material that comes, every marketing asset that comes from you has to display or has to transmit the sense of luxury. So how do people feel about your brand? How do people feel about the company? When you think of First Bank, you think of credibility, you think of there are some banks many customers will look at now, they won't want to associate with that bank because they may think of that bank as fraudulent. Let me give an example. You're working with a bank that customers are always complaining that they're always getting spam calls. Send your OTP. Along the line, many people may want to avoid that bank because they are like, maybe they have data breach. There's always data breach there. So you manage the perception and the idea people have or the impression people have about the company. And that's why it's important to create and maintain a very distinct brand identity for the company you're marketing or the product you're marketing. Let let customers resonate with your brand. Okay. Now let's look at digital marketing. Of course, because of social media and the internet, we have marketing has also been digitalized. When we look at the history of marketing, we were involved in what we call holistic marketing. Before the internet, we considered what was holistic marketing. You will learn it I think in one of the next classes you will be introduced to that concept. So digital marketing is why you have ads popping up on social media. So we have search engine optimization that's under digital marketing, social media marketing, which you'll most likely be doing if you're working in a company, content marketing, writing blogs, writing insights, email marketing, and of course, online advertising. So the next concept is marketing ethics and social responsibility. Usually, people didn't care about how marketing affected people, but now, because of how a lot of studies has gone into how marketers and advertisers are usually very careless about advertising. You as a marketer has to know what is marketing ethics. One of the materials you'll be studying are the general accepted marketing ethics out there to understand what is approved, what will be approved and what is not approved. Now, the way you see this in play is when you're running an ad on social media, right? When you're running an ad on social media, oftentimes they will tell you, okay, this ad is approved or this ad is disapproved, So that's one of the ways you see that if you don't meet a certain quota, or if they don't feel that this brand will have, if they feel the brand will have a bad impression on people, just like maybe you're marketing a company that is encouraging people to lose weight in an unhealthy manner, you as a marketer, you have a social responsibility to make sure that you're marketing responsibly and ethically. Businesses that are out there have to be socially conscious of this. So everything that is done has to revolve around a moral principle and moral standard in every marketing activity. And of course, lastly, what we have is marketing metrics and analytics. As a marketer working in a firm or in a company, you will most likely be part of those that are interpreting analytics and interpreting the data. Okay, you've been marketing. I'll give an example. I created a marketing campaign that involved using an influencer, using social media ads, and then using social media marketers, right? And as the marketing associate on that project, it was my responsibility to check and see, okay, so which one was performing best? We noticed that, the influencer's own wasn't even doing as well as we thought it was going to do, because we thought it was an influencer, so it should do well. But then again, we said, oh, people are responding more to the ads, social media adverts we place. Okay, let's push more effort there. Let's pump more money there. Let's allocate more resources, get higher quality videos, higher quality advertising assets to, manage or to get bigger results there. So understanding marketing metrics and analytics will make you a better marketer compared to those who don't know how to read and interpret data from the analytics, because you need to be able to understand what the information you have at hand, what it's saying, because you'll be working for a company and the company wants to know. Oh, of course, you'll be asked to submit reports, especially in a remote setting. You'll be asked to submit reports every month or every 2 weeks, depending on what the company finds convenient. Or by the end of the week, they want to know, okay, what did you do? What is it? So that if you're the marketing lead or you're working under a marketing lead, the team will want to know, okay, what worked last week? How can we do better next week? Or how can we do better this week? What is the 1 month now? What worked last month? Can we do better next month? Things like that, right? So that is what marketing metrics is about. So in the course, as I said, we're going to be having a lot of live classes and workshops. We will deal with all this information. So we'll have practical classes showing this better. We're supposed to have the live class today, but considering that we did not start on time, this was supposed to be Monday, but since introduction class was, like welcome in class was Monday, this is coming in. So I'm going to make up, of course, this is holiday. I'm going to make up for the days lost. So that next week we're going to have an extensive workshop on practical class on all the concepts we are learning, because you will be working on, I'll be assigning everybody to groups. By the end of, after this class now, I will assign everybody to group 1, group 2, ahead of next week. In the course of this program, you'll be working with your team member when the workshop time comes. We'll be working to make sure that group projects are done, and you assign within yourselves anyway who is standing as it. Of course, the team lead role will rotate, but one person is going to present the finding from the exercise. Like you're going to do an assignment. I could ask you for this week to carry out a market research for I will give more information. So I will be grouping everybody in groups, 2 groups, but very soon you will see the message on channel, in 2 groups, and then afterwards I'll give the tasks and we go from there. So that's all for introduction to marketing. The next lesson will be coming soon.